Welcome back into the epic battles between Superman versus Doctor Strange. Before we dive into the analysis, I just want to say that I truly thank you very much. In the vast universe, a strange incident occurred. An ambitious magical experiment by Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, intended to strengthen the barrier, protecting Earth from threats from the dark dimension, accidentally tore apart the veil between two separate realities. A realm where modern gods soar through the skies, and a realm where ancient magic still whispers in the shadows suddenly collided. Unusual beams of light flashed across the skies of Metropolis, and a massive spatial portal opened, swallowing the golden sunlight. Superman, the Man of Steel from the planet Krypton, was gliding through the clouds at speeds beyond light. He is a symbol of hope, with a body that absorbs energy from the yellow sun, granting him boundless power. The ability to fly freely like an eagle, strength capable of lifting entire continents, speed that makes time itself seem to stand still, and heat vision from his eyes that can cut through solid steel. He is nearly invulnerable under the sunlight, almost immortal, yet deep within his soul lies the pain of a lonely being who constantly struggles to protect the world he considers his second home. That day, while patrolling as usual, he sensed something abnormal. A strange energy, not scientific but something ancient and mystical, was invading the familiar space around him. At the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York, Doctor Strange was meditating among ancient books. With the cloak of levitation resting on his shoulders like a loyal companion, and the Eye of Agamotto hanging upon his chest, containing the priceless time stone, Strange stands as the guardian of reality against dark forces. He was once a brilliant and arrogant surgeon, until an accident took away his perfect hands and led him down the path of magic. Now, he manipulates space, time, and reality through spells drawn from the Vishanti, the ancient gods. Strange sensed it clearly. A transcendent entity, overflowing with solar energy, was stepping through the portal that he himself had accidentally created. This was not a familiar enemy like Dormammu, but something pure and powerful, yet dangerous because it could shatter the fragile balance of the multiverse. The two great heroes encountered one another. Superman, with his red cape fluttering, stared at Strange with cautious eyes. He mistook the wizard with silver hair and a neatly trimmed beard for an invader from another dimension, carrying a threat to the Earth he had sworn to protect. Strange, floating with the aid of his cloak, saw Superman as a potential danger, an alien being with enough power to tear apart the magical barriers he had spent his entire life building. They faced each other as the wind howled through the towering skyscrapers. Superman spoke first, his voice deep yet resolute. "Who are you? Why did you open this portal and invade my world?" Strange, with a half-smile filled with sarcasm, replied, "I am Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, and it is you who are disrupting the balance. Leave now, before things become worse." The words were brief and uncompromising. Neither would yield. As if destiny itself had decreed it, the battle erupted. The battle began with the primal power of the Man of Steel. Superman charged forward like a meteor, his body slicing through the air at supersonic speed, creating sonic booms that echoed throughout the city. His first punch carried enough force to crush mountains, aimed straight at Doctor Strange. The air trembled, and the clouds were torn apart. Strange, with reflexes honed through thousands of magical battles, swiftly summoned the crimson bands of Sidorak, brilliant red restraints that wrapped around his body like unbreakable chains. The punch collided, generating a shockwave that hurled Strange back for miles, slamming him into a towering building as debris and dust filled the air. Yet the sorcerer did not fall. He steadied himself, his eyes blazing with determination. Superman did not stop. He fired heat vision from his eyes, blazing red like the furnaces of hell, sweeping across space to incinerate his enemy. Strange twisted aside, opening small spatial portals like shimmering vortices, redirecting the beams back towards Superman. The Man of Steel dodged skillfully, his body blurring from sheer speed, but part of the heat vision grazed his shoulder, making him feel the familiar scorching heat created by his own power. For the first time, he realized his opponent was not only powerful, but also intelligent, capable of turning his own strength against him. Strange counterattacked. With precise hand gestures, he summoned the images of Icon, countless illusory duplicates appearing at once, each identical to him, wearing mocking, defiant smiles. They surrounded Superman from every direction, whispering ancient curses. Superman was momentarily disoriented, his enhanced vision scanning to distinguish real from false, but his speed saved him. He surged forward like a whirlwind, shattering each illusion in an instant, the air exploding with bursts of magical energy. However, Strange was prepared. He unleashed the bolts of Balthak, crackling green magical lightning that formed a force field around Superman, simulating the light of Krypton Red Sun. The yellow solar energy within his body began to weaken, his muscles growing heavy, his strength draining away like a drying river. Superman felt the change. His heart pounded harder, his breathing grew labored. This was not kryptonite, but something worse. Pure magic, something his Kryptonian body had no resistance against. He tried to fly higher toward the real sun to recharge, but Strange would not allow it. The eye of Agamotto flared with light, and localized time slowed around Superman, trapping him inside a frozen sphere. The world continued to move, but he stood like a living statue. With unbreakable will, the symbol of undying hope, Superman roared and shattered the temporal barrier through raw strength alone. He lunged at Strange in a brutal close-quarters clash. His punches pierced layers of magical shields, forcing Strange to rely on the cloak of levitation to evade while firing the rings of Ragador, glowing bands of energy that sought to bind his enemy. The air shook with violent impacts. Buildings collapsed, yet neither yielded. Sweat beaded on Strange's forehead, while Superman gasped for breath as his energy continued to fade. As both warriors grew exhausted, sweat and magical blood mixing in the chaotic air, true darkness began to seep in. From thieves of the spatial portal, two horrifying entities emerged, exploiting the weakened multiversal barriers caused by the battle. Brainiac, the collector of knowledge from the DC universe, with his cold mechanical mind and obsessive desire to possess everything, sought to shrink Metropolis and seal it inside a glass bottle within his collection, and now he expanded his ambition toward magical entities from another dimension. On the other side stood Dormammu, Lord of the Dark Dimension, an endless flame of shadow, craving to devour all radiant realities. He sensed opportunity in the chaos, as strange magical defenses began to falter. The two common enemies formed an unexpected alliance. Brainiac supplied advanced technology, devices capable of neutralizing magic, while Dormammu infused dark power into Brainiac's robotic army, transforming them into near-immortal machines perfectly suited to counter Superman's physical strength. But the Dark Alliance was overwhelming. Brainiac robots fired anti-magic energy beams, forcing Strange to devote all his power to defense, while Dormammu darkness engulfed Superman, draining the last remnants of his solar energy. The climax erupted when Superman, enraged at being manipulated and witnessing the world on the brink of collapse, poured every remaining ounce of his strength into a terrifying punch. That blow carried planet-shattering force, hurtling straight towards Strange like a comet striking Earth. The air compressed tightly, and the ground trembled from miles away. But Strange had foreseen it. With a lightning-fast hand gesture, he opened the mirror dimension, a reflected realm where reality bends to his will. Superman was dragged inside, and the world around him warped into chaos. Walls flowed like liquid, gravity reversed, and space folded like massive origami. Normal physics ceased to exist. Superman's physical power became meaningless before the absolute control of magic. The Man of Steel struggled to escape, smashing through layers of mirrored illusions and flying wildly, but every effort only drained him further. Strange exploited the fatal weakness, pure magic, against which Superman had no resistance at all. The winds of Watum howled, mystical gales stripping solar energy from his cells, causing his muscles to seize, his vision to blur, and his strength to fade like a morning dream. Superman fell to his knees, breathing heavily, experiencing true helplessness for the first time. He was hope itself, yet before ancient magic, he was only mortal. Doctor Strange did not finish Superman. Instead, he sealed the Man of Steel within a temporary and safe dimension, where time flowed slowly so he could recover. After that, Strange focused all his power on defeating the alliance of Brainiac and Dormammu, restoring the multiversal barrier and driving the darkness back to where it belonged. The winner was Doctor Strange, who defeated Superman. What do you think about this battle? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.